Well, hello, everybody. Glad to see so many of y'all here. Hey, baby. And Alex coming in with first, and Sabri with second, and Janie with third. And we got a Dave at least stop by, showing his face a little bit. Glad to see everybody. Yeah, and Alex, it was great seeing you live. Hopefully we'll see you streaming more now. Well, hopefully everyone's doing well today. Bit of a life update for y'all. I've finished all of the pre-training stuff I need to do, so I'm going to be starting training to be one of the basically like a shift lead, assistant manager type role. I think it is assistant manager. That's what the actual title will be, but that starts Monday. I have to shadow our current GM, who's actually stepping down to just the assistant manager role today. But I'll be shadowing her as she trains me, which is going to be a lot of closing. So my schedule's fixing to get really, really different. Wait, what? It's not working? What's going on? Why isn't that working? Where'd the sound go? Where would that be? That would be sound alerts. Checking on it now. I see it's queued. It just hasn't gone off yet. Let's see, let me fix this. We'll do that. Refresh. Now how do I... Let's see. Why isn't this showing? I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to do it myself now. I don't see that working. Let's see. Will this actually work? It's not working. Well, blurp works. Okay, but sound alerts isn't working. Why?
Do you know, in 900 years of time and space,
yeah, blurps are working just fine. Well, I was thinking about getting rid of sound alerts and switching over to blurbs. If this is going to be what it does, then I think that's what we're going to have to do. Hey, Slip. Good to see you, buddy. Well, thank you for making me laugh. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on with sound alerts. Is it even... Yeah, I've got no idea. I'm gonna have to look into that later. Yeah, anyways, where was I? Oh, my schedule's gonna be really wonky this week. I'm gonna be doing, normally I go into work at 11 and get off at, I don't know, somewhere between 5 and 8 p.m. I'm going to be going in at 4:30. Laffy, coming in with a raid with 10 people. That's awesome, dude. How's it going? Well, thank you, sweetheart Alex, for following. Now we have 2 Alexes in chat. I guess that makes you the evil Alex, mining Alex. And Abby's here. Good to see you, Abby. Starving though, and have some dinner and come back? Alright, dude, go get you some food. For those of you who don't know Laffy, you've got to check him out. Sir Laugh-A-Lot MC, it has a very similar vibe that we do here. We found that him and I actually have a lot in common, so that's to kind of be expected. But yeah, you'll have a good time over there. He has both a long-term survival world and a modded skyblock world currently going between the two. So if you prefer vanilla or if you prefer modded, he's got you covered. Okay, we can call you Miss Alex. That works for me. Oh, you were checking him out too? Awesome, awesome. So what'd you guys enjoy in Laffy's stream today? I only caught part of it with the, what is it, making the platform that could dry, heat, and the other 2 things. Yep, you're highlighted as a raider. I didn't make the raid. I close down streams before I go live since I have such trouble. Which I've attempted another fix, so we'll see about that. Apparently I had hardware acceleration enabled on Discord and Chrome, and I'm hearing that a lot of these crashes are pertaining to those, so disable them. Maybe we can get by without any further crashes, knock on wood. Oh, we have no issue raiding in and also welcoming the raiders. Like, Didi, Savory, and I have done that many times. Yeah, true, true. I've not, like, developed anything fancy yet. For when raiders come in, or raid video, or anything like that. I just say hi. Well, I guess for those of you who don't know me by chance, I know I've tried to hang out in Lappy stream when I can. I'm Viperius, you can call me Viper. I pretty much only play Minecraft on stream. I've been known to very rarely play something else, but in the past, I don't know, half year or so, it's been nothing but Minecraft. Was mainly playing hardcore, but once I died in that, we've been continuing on in the same world in survival, and we're actually gonna be, we're on day 2500 today. Yeah, it's good to see all y'all so early. It definitely is a good start. We are not family friendly, in case anybody does need that warning. We are a friendly family, but as long as it's not excessive, cursing does happen, and sometimes we do get into some more serious topics. But try to keep things from being derogatory or yeah, no hate speech or any of that. I try to guide topics if we are going into something a little more serious to try to prevent that. Because you still need places to talk about those things. Well, we're an hour late. Had a friend of ours from out of town stopped by. He was had to come into town to help his cousin move back. So we had no idea. So things kind of started late today because of that. Normally I would have started an hour ago. Exactly. As far as this week's streams, though, Tuesday's out of the picture, I think. Thursday and next Sunday are questionable. I've got to see how things play out with the new schedule. Because I know I'm working till past midnight, Monday, Tuesday, probably Thursday. And I may be opening Sunday, which if I open Sunday, that's going to be coming in like about the time I would start stream. Now, my manager's trying to get Thursday off so she can finally have 2 days off. She's worked 15 days in a row. So if that's the case, I'll have Wednesday, Thursday off. And it'll be much easier to do a Thursday stream. Welcome back, Laffy. So what I missed at the end of stream, I know you built the platform. I saw that like right as I woke up. But I have been running around and had company and stuff, so I missed anything past that. Yeah, for some reason sound alerts are not working. Yeah, no idea why. Bear with us. Oh, so Typey is the alias of it too now. Cool. But why don't we, apparently we're getting naked. Not on this stream. I said we're not family friendly, but that's a little too much. Why don't we go ahead and jump in? Let me rearrange my windows some here. Close this. I don't know why you're not working. That would be a stream for a different platform. That would definitely be a stream for a different platform. Why don't I go ahead and jump in? We don't have anything overly exciting today, so we'll be doing lots of talking, hopefully. Hello, everybody. Only mine. Aw, well, thank you, Slip. Well, what would the missus say? So, for those who haven't seen it, I'm currently working on industrializing the end. I've come through and destroyed the bedrock on top of all the gateways. We took out 22 dragons. Only need to take out 20, but we had extra crystals, so I figured I could at least make it 20 in one stream, since 2 were defeated previously. And as you can see from all of the waypoints, each area is going to be dedicated to a different type of farm or resource or villagers. We just finished up the stonemason area. Fly through there. Yes. I found, I think Edie was the one maybe who showed me, or I searched it, I can't remember. But it's just a resource pack. You type in the name, hit get the pack, and put in your resource packs, and it will switch it out right away for you. So this has been 2 of the last streams that we had worked on getting this place built up, move the villagers over here, and breed them up to... this took a while. It took one stream to build the place, a second stream to actually unlock all the trades. But we now have all 32 terracotta types, both regular and glazed. You can see what each one offers here, as well as what additional material they offer, since they only get one of these 4. So we've got all of that on tap, with plenty of emeralds from our raid farm. Originally I was going to have this at the peninsula, and I guess we can kind of do a quick little tour. Actually, I didn't do this justice. Let me go back real quick. And turn shaders on for just a moment. I had this idea. All of the return gateways are going to have Skulk. Originally, I wanted to do it as the ceiling too, but I can't find a way to prevent being teleported there by the gateway. So we just go through into another world, and then we come back to the end hub. Now, this is only the first phase of this area. The next phase is going to be placing lots of crystals around. It's going to be kind of like a spiral galaxy. The idea behind this is the power source, the energy is coming into the center here and being split into different beams of light that are actually solid and you can stand on. Okay, turn that off for now. I have lots of crash issues, so I've not been, I try not to run shaders too long, but we'll keep them on for a little bit here. Let's go into free cam. Now this is modded. I finally have agreed that it is modded. I just don't use any modded content. Yeah, unfortunately you can't move the portal, which is really annoying because the portals are actually not centered correctly. It's really frustrating. You can't see anything right now. I can sleep in just a moment. So this is our starter area originally. Then we started working on the mega tree stump, which I can show off in a little bit. But we've been constantly working on this area and building it up, and finally have finished it. There's still redemptions that are available that will need to be redeemed for this area to truly be complete. But I died in a hardcore world and started this in one of the pre-releases for 1.14. I think it was release candidate 4, not 1.14, 1.18. Came in, boated till we got all the wood types and found this place and built this little starter house. And oh, it's time. I can go ahead and go sleep now. Okay, now I can fly up. Now the whole thing's mob-proof. Finally, Didi and Sabri finally got me to mob-proof the whole place. But we have some of our farms here, and I did move world spawn to right over here. So all of this stays loaded for the most part. But we've got 4 iron farm towers that feed everything into a central area. And this is where we've got our all of our smithies. Armor smiths, blacksmiths, everything that we need right here. And I didn't worry about building an experience farm until way past the point that I needed it for enchanting purposes. We did everything off of iron trades. Just using that to level up. We've got the amphitheater, which is where we have all of our librarians and also 8 cartographers, so we can get all of our enchantments. And I originally had it so I could do glass trades, but just never got around to it. This is completely single player. This has never been on a server. This is one of the first big builds I did, or it was the first big build I did. Once we were outgrew the storage, which is upstairs in the starter house, did this to be our main storage. So we've got 5 floors of chests. A lot of them aren't being used, to be honest. Went way overboard. We've got a brewing area, enchanting, which has been more just decorative. I've not really used that too much. All of our dragon heads, and the egg, and the boat, the float of Dave, I think is what that one's named. And then up here is just the clock for the tower light itself in our nether portal. Got a pumpkin melon farm. This is the bean barn. This was a fun build. Some things I build in creative first. Most everything here was done in survival. But this is where we house any of our animal redemptions for names. Like Ulysses here. So we've got horses and mules and donkeys. We've got a bunch of skeletal horses. I've found 2 of those traps so far. Pigs and chickens. And both types of mushroom cows and regular cows and my horse. And then up in the upper area, we have the titular bean. And then a workstation area up above. I do. I've got a lot of different options. Like coming into the graveyard, one of the cheaper redemptions you can do is just adding a sign to one of the headstones. And we've got plenty of graves that are, most of this side are empty. So this will be a long-term redemption that we're going to be able to do. The mausoleums here are starting to fill up. So most of this side is done, and we still have like 9 more, I want to say, that are open. These give you a little bit more, though. You get a sign on the outside, a sign on the inside, your head of choice, candle colors, and flower type. Nice. Awesome, Alex. I'll get that in just a moment. And this is a miniature version of the Mega Tree Stump, which is where I died actually in hardcore. We took a 1 pixel too close to a redstone machine as I was coming down for a landing, and decided to have this kind of be a memorial for that here in the graveyard. Newer to the area is the mortuary. You know, I could just do that. So we've got like the area for little pamphlets and a book to sign your name, an area for ceremonies, which I've never seen the beam of light like this. That's really cool. Yes, the roof still has to age. I've not been in the area too much, but we do want this to age all the way to oxidized. Little office area up here at the top and a bed. And then if they're doing a funeral procession, it would come through the doors here. And then out through these doors into the actual graveyard itself. And then down these stairs is where they would actually take care of. This would be the actual morgue itself, where they would prepare the bodies. We've done custom terrain. None of this was Taiga at all. This was just what? Plains, that's it. It's just plains. a little bit more of a hill up here, but this was just plains everywhere. So all the terrain has been custom. All the cliff face has been custom. This big gash in the ground is not. we ended up just going around it and then making sure nothing can get up here. Then we've got our city wall. Now this isn't like, this is more of the working area of a city. We have this huge area here and it keeps going. Our current mine's actually back that way. This is going to get developed into more of a town with like 10 to 15 buildings. We designed a church in creative one day because I couldn't get this version of the game to load. We were stuck with newest version on create, and I didn't want to switch things over yet since I hadn't updated mod, so we just did creative, and a church is going to go right over here. And then coming along through the pathway, we've got the Argyle Market, named by Sabri, and this gives you a little bit more, it's another way to get your face and name in the actual world itself. We've got market stalls. I think we only have 4 or 5 of them left. But you can get to choose your banners, the name of the stall, what you're selling. So this is Sabri's Crystal Balls, selling Ender Pearls and Eyes of Ender. We've got Guitar back here selling explosives. Someone redeemed, I think it was Yummy, redeemed for me to have one for me, Lights for Life, since I'm horrible at lighting my builds. And we got Tato's Pumpkins. Dave's gotten 2. We've got Iron Dave, which was, I want to say, the first one redeemed, or shortly after. And then we also have Dank Dave's Dive, selling potions. Once the armor statues mod gets updated, I'm going to grab that so I don't have to use the book, and I'm going to reposition everything better. Didi's All Wool and a Yard Wide. Yummy's Chicken Stall. Supreme Bricks. This is Trev? Or Cap? This is Cap, isn't it? Yeah, Cap. Sorry, Cap. I don't know why I said Trev. Didi did this one, which would normally be a normal totem, but I started using the resource pack after that, so now it's just holding a little Didi. Yondi's Prismarine Palace, which is Sabri's sibling. And then one that I did, good friend of mine, has been a mentor to me for several years. It's been a long time since then, but blocks, all your blocks. He pretty much just designs and works on his game Chunk Wars, which is amazing, and they've made such huge advancements in it with Slipcore's help and some other friends of ours. But since everything he does is command blocks and structure blocks, I decided to go ahead and give myself one of each just for this purpose. But there are still some available. We've got the 2 jungle ones here. I think that's it in the front now. Then we've got a birch, a spruce, and an acacia. So there's still 5 more to go. And now with it being nighttime, I'm going to come back around through the pathway. And you can get a little bit better look at the graveyard at night. Maybe a little bit too much on the lanterns, but I like the color, I like the lower lighting, and it keeps everything mob-proof still. And that is the peninsula. finally finished this, and then I guess show off the... We'll turn this off for now. The last, like, major area. I've done lots of different farms. We've got a stacking raid farm, guardian farm, we've got a concrete maker. There's lots of more redstone industrial projects I like to do. And rather than doing one single industrial area, I'm splitting things up more so. Which is what we got here, the mega tree stump. Which is another little industrial area. So we've got a custom-made moss farm that collects 4 double chests of moss blocks. I don't know why the sorter broke. Great. Well, I don't know what happened there. I'm going to have to fix that. But we got a sorter issue. But we also can grab both azalea types, and then anything else that goes through gets turned into bone meal. I've already taken a lot of this bone meal away. What the platform we're standing on is a slime farm, which I think is El Mango? I can't remember. Yeah, El Mango. It says it right there. Which again, we've collected a lot of slime, and then have a bunch of stored here as blocks, so it's been working great. A little bit of a cactus farm, nothing too crazy. I've built much larger ones previously. In the spirit of Yoso, a friend of ours. Flip knows what I'm talking about. And then up above, we have a creeper farm, which powers all of our rocket production. But it's just kind of stuck in here. You don't really see this part ever, unless I go in the free cam. And I don't even think... Oh, I just saw it go. It's still working. Okay, so what's going on here? The filters just fell out somehow. Show off first? But I can't. There, I'll fix the rest later. But at least that gets the filter working so it doesn't make it worse. Okay, let's put on filters, or shaders. Now this is a project that I built in creative. It's the first big creative build I've done. I've never done one quite of this size. And I was going through a lot of shit in life at the time, and it was a way for me to cope with it. It all started based on a challenge Didi made for me to do a custom tree. You know, just a regular custom tree. Nothing crazy. It turned into this. I may have went a little overboard, which I'm kind of known for. This is the mega tree stump. And I'll show it at day also. But it was once a giant tree. It has been struck by lightning, which we're just coming around to where you can see the lightning scar that runs most of it. Part of it fell off and is long since gone. And if we fly up here, you can see where all of the charcoal, or all the coal blocks are, where it was actually burnt and charred. Since then, though, it has been infested with mushrooms and moss, and even have this kind of, it's kind of like tree pus, almost. I've seen it before with rotten trees in real life. Are there all mushrooms on the tree? Yes. And then lots and lots of mushrooms. All on the outside of the tree. I did build this in creative and then use Lightmatica to give myself a schematic and work my way up. Then came back in and did the lighting and a bit of the detailing in survival. And if we go back in, the way you should enter is actually at the bottom of that scar, because that leads you right to the ladder over here. And it's actually over this huge drop in the water, where at the bottom of it is a lush cave. So we get tropical fish and we get axolotls in here. During the whole process, every so often I would jump down and collect up any of the cool looking fish, or make sure to get a bunch of axolotls. So I've got a lot of them stored. Eventually we'll do some sort of fish tank or area specifically for them. But for this area, I decided to just plant a bunch of grass and kelp and sea pickles just to light everything up. Now if I come over here and go to sleep real quick, I can show it off during the day and you can get a much brighter look at it at least. Ooh, maybe too bright? There we go. Yes, this took a lot of time. Unfortunately, we've lost all of our achievements and statistics in a crash a couple weeks ago. So I really can't show off just how much it took to make this, or I will say that I did take the crafting tweak to give you the extra wood when you're changing things from logs to wood. That way you don't lose resources. So that did cut down on some of it. But let's see. Load schematics. This is for the most part the item list. So we were looking at over 15 shulker boxes of dark oak wood that was needed to create this. And that's not including the 2 extra for stripped planks. Yeah, this was a huge grind just to get all the materials, and I didn't do a tree farm for this. I can unload this now. No. Loaded, unload. Alright, Laffy. Thanks for sending your people over and trusting me with your community, and always just having a good stream to hang out in. Love you, dude. Get some rest. Yes, always listen to your dog. And something we found recently. Where was that? Where was that? Oh, here. The whole time I never realized, but we actually kind of have this face in the swamp. This kind of sad, almost looks like a toadstool from Mario. Or not a toadstool, a Goomba or whatever. But everything, all of this was farmed from, oh, nope, this way. This forest. Back much further. We just cut down what was there, replanted, cut down, replanted. But I did finally finish this. Oops, wrong one. I want my HUD back. There we go. I guess I need to fix this real quick. Let me get all the stuff that's not supposed to be in here since that failed some reason. No idea what happened. We should be good now. I can just throw all of this. There. Oh, and you know what? I don't have... There we go. I was not paying attention to when the ads took place. And this is a bubble elevator that just leads. I guess I can show y'all real quick. This is why you don't see the creeper farm typically, because the bubble elevator takes you all the way to the top and out of the tree. It's a cloud. Yep, it's a cloud. Okay. Alright, go finish up the laundry. That square up there is where we AFK for the creepers. One thing I still need to do is set up a lighting system so I can just turn that off. And then by doing that, I'll be able to toggle if I want the slime farm running primarily, or if I'm that high, the slime farm won't be running and it'll just be the creepers. And then this is just covering up the clock for it, for the creeper farm. And then if we drop through here, fly, so I'm not going too crazy with it, we end up back down here. That's the mega tree stump. Not done a world tour in a little bit. Now, I've got these lines planned out using just carpet, but I am wanting to do piston bolts to get around quicker and easier. And you can see we've got a lot loaded here. I do want to trim things back, because I didn't mean to skip over that earlier, Alex. I know you were saying something about the I missed a lot of chat there. I'm sorry. Yeah, the file size is over 4 gigs, so I really need to trim it back. Oh, that was a great compliment, Laffy. I'm sorry I missed that. I need to get your grave. Fish in the soil. Fish does make good fertilizer. And another compliment I missed to Lappies. I'm horrible today, guys. I'm not reading chat. Yeah, it's a giant... I built it with no... I kind of am planning on it going into a swamp, but no specific place. And then luckily we had this huge swamp we were able to place the tree in. Hey, Yummy. Yeah, it's 4 gigs. I'm caught up now. What is it exactly? Saves. It is 4.28 gigs. So I'll do another backup and finally try trimming. That way if I screw it up, I don't lose anything, because I've never trimmed a world before. But we can get rid of a lot of the nether. There's not really a reason for us to go exploring outside of this area necessarily. Up here we've got a Wither Skelly farm. We've got the one ancient city that we were dealing with here. Blazes where we can set up a blaze farm eventually. Portal to the mangrove area, to a mansion, to our mesa and desert area to pull, to get resources. And then everything else is in this area. So we can really trim everything outside of this. I really have no idea why some of this is loaded and some of... But yeah, we can go ahead and trim out everything here. Also need to do the same with the overworld. Now, while I'm getting back there, something I've been doing on off time, it's something I've always wanted to get into. I've done a little bit of pixel art. It's been years since I have, and it was very, very basic stuff. That's changing. I finally have the program I want to create pixel art and pixel art animation. And I've had this idea, I think I've talked about it on stream a few times. We can go this way. Of a new starting screen that has me running through the peninsula, basically, but pixel art instead of 3D. And as I work on that, I'd like to stream some of that. So I'll actually do pixel art on streams. I can't focus on anything, I only focus on one thing, or I can focus on like 4 or 6 things, but that's a bit draining. Oh, let's not do it there. Like, I have modded 4 channels at the same time with audio on all 4. I don't think I could do that again, though. That was a bit much. There you go, my dude. Yeah, and there's our current quarry area. All the way down to bedrock with a base beacon. And it's kind of getting ridiculous just how much I've been strip mining down here. Because we're working on 3 levels, soon to be moving to a 4th level. Just trying to make sure we can see anything, but until I actually need more deep slate, we have so much of it right now. I'm not worried about clearing it all out, which would be the way to make sure you get every last block, but do have a little bit of water I added so I can just jump down and don't have to worry about landing bad. And, oh, Cat Island. Did a special stream on Didi's birthday where we got at least 2 of all the cat types. I think we ended up with 3. So made technically a village here, so that cats would spawn within this circle. So that is another thing with like the name entity redemption. Over here in this little boathouse, in and around it, we have all of the cat types. We've got 2 of everything. A lot of them are in here also. Yep, no splattage. No splattage. But for now, we are done with this world. There was a lot of ideas I had. I wanted to have a mason area off to the side and have all the villagers in this, and we just had so much, so many here, I decided it's probably better not to do that. And that's kind of what brought on the idea for industrializing the end. What? Done with the world? Where did we get, did I say done with the world? I meant done with the peninsula. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I just meant done with the peninsula. Oh, splattage. Having the water on top of the beacon at the bottom of my quarry. That way I don't have to worry about coming down too quickly. But for now, the plan is to get rid of these obsidian pillars. We already got rid of this one quite early, and then these were two of the other large ones, so that's the 3 of the 4 large pillars gone. This is the next, and then we have the 3 each of the mediums and the smalls. But these are all going to go down past the end stone, so I can just cover them. At that point, I can start phase 2 properly with adding in the galaxy-like spirals. 4. Do I still have that loaded up? Yeah. 4 Fibonacci spirals. 2 starting from above the center platform and 2 from below. So you get this nice mix of different heights throughout it. This is using the glass that we hadn't used for our section, so this is going to be using magenta and pink. And then I've got a real basic design for a blue star, which is the smallest of them. I'm going to be mixing those and just standalone light blue glass panes. To fill in the space in between these to really make it feel like it's one energy stream. That part I decided I'm just going to do live. I'm not going to plan out each pane and everything. This I need to get the spiral, the big shape of it. Hey Brood, been a long time, good to see ya. Hope things have been well for you. So that's phase 2. The final phase 3 will be actually shaping the island itself. I think I've pretty much decided at this point we're going to be cutting everything off with a little bit of space between the pillars and the new edge of the island. That way we don't actually have to mine out the pillars that go through it. No idea if we're going to be cutting out the bottom ones here. We may just leave them, honestly. But a lot of the island's going to be cut away. So, like, all of this right here will be gone. And then I've got a few different ideas on what to do. Probably covering it with Skulk and then covering that with glass. Potentially multiple layers. I've also got a few designs on a custom texture for it, like the actual physical shaping of it. Oh, okay. Rock on, dude. Happy for you. But for today, it's just going to be getting rid of this one and seeing what else we can get rid of. Working my way from the biggest down so that the last of it just goes by quickly as we finish off with taking out these small ones. It's probably going to take about 8 hours, give or take, to clear out the rest of this, so about 2 streams. Granted, I've spent most of the stream talking already, and we did start late. I would like to kind of run a little late to make up for that. We'll see. Kind of gotta go into work a little bit early. Thank you. Yeah, there is totally like a spinner idea. Not idea, but it is turned out. It is how it turned out. Once all the crystals are in place and you've got the spirals there, it's really nice and disorientating to go in the very center, look down, and just spin real quickly one way or the other. May actually be a little bit motion sickness inducing, or hypnotizing even. We'll have to see about that. Well, it's about time to take a break. I try to take about 5 to 10 minutes on breaks about every hour. I just need a chance to like step outside, relax. I am a smoker, and we don't smoke in this house, so I do need to step out. Not been successful on quitting that again. Would like to do that, but that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, I need to smoke and then stretch, and then I'll be back, and we'll actually get to mining out the obsidian. But typically it just takes me about 5 minutes, but I do have the timer set to 10 just in case. Alright, Christine, it was good having you here with us. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day and have a good night. And for the rest of y'all, I will see you shortly. So stay tuned, everybody. I'll be right back. And I'm back, everybody. Thanks for hanging in there. Like I said, I try not to take too much longer than 5 minutes, but sometimes, especially if I need to use the restroom or handle laundry or something in between, I do need the full 10. And now we can actually get started again. Now, I'm just doing this slices at a time. I mean, did that last time. We got the light there. I suppose we could just try pillaring and seeing if it's actually quicker. Is that one good? Okay, we'll just do one at a time. Then I can just hold the button and talk. Yep, switching up tactics. Xavier was surprised I was doing it this way, or the other way instead of this way, and this actually is more efficient since you're always looking at the next block and you don't have to reposition at all, losing mining time or resetting your mining progress. It does mean a lot more rockets though. Are we just dealing with a quiet song? Give me something with, like, that I can hear. Oh, we're not on random. Whoops. Here's one that will actually have sound to it. I hope. Maybe it's a slow start. Speaking of the playlist, we did lose one of our favorite tracks. I decided to go ahead and remove Dragonfish from the playlist as it's caused the most issue with DMCA requests and kept getting the channel muted, which was fine most of the time, but then it started getting where we were getting flagged twice. And every time it flagged it twice, it would actually have, it would get approved, but it would still have it muted. So that has cut out too much conversation. If it was just Like, if nothing was going on, it wasn't that hard to just go ahead and add in the music again. But yeah, losing 6 to 8 minutes of like a talk-heavy stream is kind of bad. So we'll just have to do without that one. I've not had any issues with it on YouTube. It's only Twitch. So I could still use that in a video. Just not live. But yeah, these obsidian pillars are in the way. You may have noticed when I was showing off the schematic that parts of the pillars were highlighted as red, which indicates that it was overlapping with part of the schematic. And we could leave a couple, technically. There's 2 or 3 of them that don't get in the way directly, but really we just need to get rid of all of them. Yeah, it's strictly a water track, so unless you're spending time or just luck out on when the song starts, unless you luck out when you just happen to be in the water at that time, or you are just in the water for a long time, you're not going to hear it. So weird though that with a game that allows its music to be used in anything as long as it's related to the game, that we have such trouble with some of it. With Twitch. Just Twitch. Ah! That was a fail. And the annoying thing, I don't know if you're not also a streamer using Minecraft music, you may not be aware of this. Or maybe you've noticed it with other things, but there are a series of creators, and I use the term loosely, that take the Minecraft sound or songs and take the entire song and just add in like a drum track and some static to make it more, you know, lo-fi or whatever. And then they try to claim anytime you're using the actual track. It's a bit ridiculous. But that's just the way it is right now, so kind of gotta be a little careful of... I guess there's really no being careful about it. That's just the downside to using Minecraft music on Twitch. I mean, it's a quick appeal, typically. You just go, I didn't use that song. And then they go, okay, unmute. Yeah, except when that weird bug happens and it gets approved, but it still is muted for part of it. And it's not just been Dragonfish, there's been a couple other songs. Alright, Brute. Good to see you again. Hopefully we'll see you around more often. Enjoy the new computer. My hope in this world, it is going to end up being a giant file size no matter what. But I want to, and it's why I'm industrializing this. I need access to large amounts of lots of resources. I want to start doing larger builds and something akin to like the kingdoms that some or several of the other Turtle Gang members do in their world. I don't know if it's going to be quite to that scale, though. Who knows? Maybe I will start doing that. We'll see on that. But no matter what, I like doing large builds, and I'm gonna need a lot more resources to be able to work with other block colors, basically. That's why I wanted all the terracotta available. Granted, it may take a while to get a bunch of any particular color, but now we've got so much bricks and quartz that we can easily work with those materials now. I'll have to let you guys know, like, as my schedule's changing with me stepping up into a new role, at least on some shifts. I won't be the manager in charge on every shift I work. Sometimes I'll just be there as an insider. But my schedule is going to be changing drastically, I fear. I wanted to be a morning manager. I may not have that option. We'll see. At this point, it's not up to my boss. It's going to be up to the new GM. May have to change up when I stream. Potentially the days or the times. Ideally, I'd like to keep a similar time, but I gotta make sure I have time to sleep too. Because if I'm closing, I may not get out of work until like 1 on Sunday through Thursday, or on a Friday or Saturday, I may not be off until like 2:30 in the morning. I've never had to work that late. I think the latest I've worked so far is 10:30, which is typically the latest they like to keep insiders. Pizza places normally like to cut down to just like 1 or 2 drivers, and just the closing manager towards the end of the night. I think the art streams are going to help, because that's something that I don't have to spend as much time in one stream. So if I can only do shorter streams sometimes, and potentially may have to put this world on pause somewhat, or it'll just be very less frequently. Well, I don't know, a lot of things are up in the air right now. I don't want to disappear from Twitch, I know that. But for those of you that are still hanging out with us, is that something that would interest you? Seeing me learn and improve and work on pixel art projects and pixel art animation? The main purpose is to do that intro video, at least to start off with, of this world. So it does still tie back into Minecraft. I think probably we'll cut the Minecraft music out, though. I've got a lot more music I want to add to the playlist. Well, yeah, I know your opinion on it. That's another thing, and there's 2 artists I want to add into the playlist. Total Eclipse, who's known for doing primarily YouTube, but also Twitch streaming around Satisfactory. One of the better he's almost like... Trying to think of a Minecrafter that kind of like Pixel Rips, just without the lore stuff. Or nearly as much lore stuff. But he's really good on aesthetic builds and can really explain how things work to where like anyone could understand it. Does great tutorials, but does it during the actual playthrough instead of a strictly made for just that video tutorial. So that same kind of style in that sense that Pixel Riffs does. But I found out he actually has been making music for a little bit, and it's all free to use for anybody for anything. Yeah, thank you, baby. There's his YouTube link. If you like Satisfactory, I highly recommend it. He's also doing the same thing with Sons of Anarchy. Nope. Sons of the Forest. So if you enjoy that series, the first or the second game, it's got a really nice build system to it. I'm kind of more interested in that than everything else. That's one I will pick up eventually. But yeah, he's got several albums out. Shorter song lengths for the most part, like 2 to 4 minutes. And then recently, our buddy Cheetah got a commission for some new music for a custom track from Orchestereo. I'm still questioning my pronunciation of his name. And hung out and chat for a couple of streams now. I really like his style. I like his personality, I like his music. And double checked with him just to make sure. And yeah, it's cool to use his, he has one album that is DMCA free. And then he has another album of just stuff that he's kind of played around with more that he doesn't mind. It's not made to be DMCA free strictly. He just doesn't mind if you use it. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Now he does do collaboration and stuff, so you can't necessarily use all of his music. Some of it's not all up to him. But he does have the one playlist, and if you look on, click the link, you can find it. You can find him on YouTube, on Spotify. The album says it's DMCA free. I apologize, my dude, I cannot remember the name of it. I'm still a bit of a noob right now when it comes to this. But, yeah, the dude... He's great. He's great, and he's got a violin. He can play the piano. He has a digital wind instrument. I don't know what technically instrument it is. but it lets you digitize a wind instrument input, essentially. So we can add in, if I'm seeing that correctly. Hey, Cap. It's working. It's working now. Why wasn't it working earlier? Good morning, Cap. You woke us sound alerts or whatever. Maybe? It shouldn't on that screen. I don't know what happened with that. The sound alerts, they weren't going off earlier. We had a couple redemptions and it didn't do anything. It was connected. So I don't know. I will test it out later. Maybe now it will work on the talking screen. See, and that's something I'm keeping in mind as I design the new overlays, which is another project I've been working on the side. That's not something I'm going to stream, though. It's more do a little bit here, do a little bit there. Not something I'm going to spend hours on at a time now. I don't want everything, all the overlays loaded into Stream Elements and relying on Stream Elements. I don't want the main graphics having to load and catch up. Also, by having more of it within OBS, I think we can keep things from reloading. So we won't need like an alert for each screen. It will be the same alert, and it'll just be added to each scene. Basically, it's a lot of background stuff. As far as y'all will be concerned, for the most part, it's just going to be smoother on the front end side. There'll be less issues of things not quite loading in on certain scenes, or less likely for things to be broken on a scene. And that is going... Honestly, not a lot of work's been done since the last time I talked about it. I've been a little caught up doing pixel art and learning 2D animation. Or pixel art animation, to be more specific. And I'm using a sprite for this, which is a image editor designed from the ground up for pixel art. It's $20 if you want to purchase it off their website. There is an alternate route you can take. They offer the source code. It's open source. And they even have a guide on how to compile this yourself. Pretty easy, the guide, and I do have a YouTube video that's a tutorial on this. So if you're more interested, I can get that link to you as well. But yeah, you just have to compile it yourself. You get the source code, get a few programs and software to help with that process, and then just run some commands and command prompt, And there you go. Now you have got the program. Downside to this versus the paid version. Do I not have one right around here? Nope. You have to do your own updates. You're gonna have to go in if you really want to update the software. New feature comes out that you really want to use, for instance. You're gonna have to recompile it again. Oops. But that's not that bad. And looks like we got a round of ads coming in, so if you're not subbed, hang tight. It's just 90 seconds. It lets us control, lets us prevent pre-roll ads, which I still need to look into. I think they've changed it. I think I could run a 3-minute ad on breaks and not have to worry about ads halfway through each hour session. If you got an opinion on it, let me know. I mean, you won't be missing much, Cap. I'm just sitting here mining. Pixel art's something else, though. I've got some really good people on YouTube that do tutorials on it that have really helped me. So, like, that's another thing. If you're interested in, I can always send you what I found useful. I mean, looking up just tutorial or stuff on YouTube, you're gonna find a lot of good options, I feel. But there's two in particular. One likes to worry about animation first and like color each limb separately. Just colors you can just tell the difference between. You're not worried about what the color is as far as the end project. And he just focuses on getting the animation nice and smooth first before he goes into anything else. And another one likes to kind of draw out a wireframe skeletal structure. And for me, it seems to be working, kind of doing a mix of the two. But yeah, between using coloring like each part of the body, different bright colors, so I can tell the difference as I'm working on animation, and having them in separate layers seems to be the big key to getting it right. I've not had any like formal schooling on humans in motion or any kind of art class at that level, so it's not something I've ever studied overly. So it's a learning process. I started Thursday night working on one, just trying to get one, kind of like walking animation, walking running animation. And then spent some time Friday morning and Friday night on it, and I'm kind of surprised how well it's turned out so far. It's rough. It is rough. The proportions aren't exactly right. But I've been saving a GIF after each session so I can see the progress. And yeah, it's really nice being able to see the progress so clearly in just, I don't know, less than 10 hours, I'd say. Maybe 10 hours. And the idea of doing the art streams is me furthering my knowledge on this and trying to develop the scenery. So basically recreating the peninsula, different parts of the peninsula, in a 2D form using a parallax technique. You may not have heard the term before. Basically, you'll see in 2D animation how different layers of the background are moving at different speeds. And by having the closer layers move faster and the further back layers move slower, it really gives a sense of depth and motion to the work. I was inspired by Sinvicta as a video. It's not his starting screen. I guess it's his talking screen, basically. But he's got his character running down a path, and you're seeing some of his friends along the way, seeing some of his characters in other games, or it's his is more of like a city park, so you're also seeing billboards with game names on them, stuff like that. Now, since I'm not a variety streamer, I'm just Minecraft and, well, now art soon. Oops, I'm not paying attention. I wanted to do something like that, but just focus it on this world. I may have to do 2 different versions of it. Because his is just a giant loop. But I'm thinking to use this more as a starting screen. I would start out in the starter house, and then run around the peninsula with all of the scenery changing depending on which area I'm in. So like the farmland will have more more crops, and some of the farm buildings we have, like the bean barn. The graveyard will have graves and the mausoleums. Go through the forest, go through the market. and eventually get to the lighthouse. And what I envision is to go up the stairs in the lighthouse and then jump off the platform and activate Elytra, just like I normally would. Have that, then fly off, have things start to get a little more spacey, and then cut to, that would be the end, and that's when I would cut to the talking screen, which is gonna have the background is the gateways from Complimentary Reimagined. Not really near one. That. It's not getting all the colors in there, but yeah, there's a lot more colors if you've got a bigger area, but you can tell. Mine should be fine. This is the frustrating part. I've got a worse video card that can handle some shaders much better, and I'd be able to play for hours using shaders. I couldn't use, like, the best shaders, but it worked. It still functioned. Yeah. Shaders cause more heat. Mod packs just take up more memory, but doesn't necessarily, like, cause your computer to heat up. But using your video card to that extreme. Granted, before, when I would run shaders for hours, we were keeping the room, like, around 70F. Maybe even a little cooler. Definitely during colder months, because the insulation sucked. So the room itself just helped as, help keep the PC nice and cool. But that was a small little trailer that we were able to just run a window unit in the bedroom, which is where my computer was. So it was a lot easier to... I mean, if that's the main place we're at all day, that was the only place that really needed AC, unless it was a hot day. So it was cheaper, I feel, to just, like, cool that one room off. I'm horrible at that, dude. Not only that, but for the longest time, I smoked cigarettes around my computer in the same room. I have noticed the difference in what the dust looks like now that I've stopped doing that. See, we got a beach. We got huge areas of beach around here, so it gets real sandy. We have lots of construction all the time. So between like, both of those, like, it's, yeah, we get a lot of dust, a lot of pollen. Yeah, clay dust. We get a lot of that too, just because of the construction sites. Because it's always red clay first here. I think all of ours is local, more so. How's my inventory? Probably need to put stuff in a shulker. And there's one difference of gameplay mechanics that I have changed. There's a feature that Tweakaroo offers. Carpet also offers this. But you can enable for empty shulker boxes to stack as long as they share the metadata, or not metadata, the MBT data. So they have to be the same color, name the same, and there's another one that tracks if it's ever been placed before. But if all of those match up, then you're able to stack empty shulker boxes. And that's a really handy feature I like. Sneak a peek. What? What do you mean? It just said something. Did I miss a command that didn't go off? No? What? I've not seen the command be entered at all. It's not showing up in chat for me. You're seeing it in your chat, but it's like it didn't actually send the text. Now it's working. Yay! Hugs for everybody. Unless mine's lagging and I just wasn't seeing the commands be entered until just now. I don't know if y'all entered that before or after. Ow. That was supposed to just be a quick, like, step up as I'm flying past, not like slam my leg into it. Nice. Rock on, Yummy. Oh, and speaking of, I've been talking all this time about pixel art and the video and stuff. Another thing I want to do with this, including animations, is make my own emotes with pixel art. Eventually, our little blue guy is going to disappear on Twitch. Gonna keep him around in the Discord server. But eventually I want to be able to actually, like, accredit all of this to actual artists, which I can't pay anybody right now for it, so it's gonna be me. Oh yeah, good thing broken ankles aren't a thing. Yep. Wow. And then I miss it. That was weird. I don't know why. I should have just been, like, on the edge of it, but okay. Yeah, it'll be a little sad losing our little blue guy here. I really enjoy the emotes and use them a lot. Oh, I still got enough space. I keep forgetting to empty my inventory. But I always intended those to be a placeholder. And I said it as I came up with the idea. As I came out with them, I said it in stream too. That was just kind of a quick way to get something done, since it was all AI art using crayon. Yeah. Now it took like hours sometimes per emote to get the right one, which was a lot of just generate again, generate again, generate again, generate again. But then I'd have to do some color touch-ups and cut the shape out and stuff like that. So I did actually put a lot of work into them. But it still is just AI art. It was a quick solution for the lack of emotes. Which I don't exactly have a horse in this race necessarily. Yep, at one point we were both working on it. Flower domes are done, complete with unique floors. A rainbow now sits in front of the castle as the bridge. Nice! Rock on. You may need a Hemdoll then. Ultimately, or not ultimately, what I had in mind was doing kind of your typical chibi emotes that a lot of people use, and that may be kind of what I end up doing, I don't know. But I suck at that art form. Pixel art speaks to me a lot more, and my digital artwork is normally more abstract. So not really great for emotes in general. They're more like weird paintings. But I might be able to actually get a lot of my ideas across with pixel art, especially since I can use, I can actually do it quite large and resize. It may be a little bit complicated, and could, depending on how I do it, some things could be lost. All your blocks has made all of his emotes are all either based on him or based on Minecraft. I mean, his whole aesthetic is based on Minecraft. He is made up of different block types. But he's designed his specifically from the smallest size of that you have to upload, and then worked his way up so he can make sure that it looked good from every single size difference. No, sedatives. Yes, art stream in near future. Soon TM. Yeah. Depression's been kind of bad on both of our parts lately. For those of you who didn't hear earlier, I'm stepping up into assistant manager role / shift lead. And I'm going to be beginning the actual like on-the-job training, shadowing my boss tomorrow. This week I'm going to be doing a lot of like 4:30 to past midnight shifts. So Tuesday there is not going to be a stream. Thursday hinges on if I have it off or not. My boss hasn't had a day off in... Well, by the time Wednesday her day off comes around, she'll have worked 15 days in a row. So she's trying to get somebody to cover Thursday so she can have an extra day and actually have 2 days off. If that happens, then I'm not working Thursday either. My shift right now is going to completely shadow hers. Thank you, Slip. But my schedule's going to be changing. I was hoping to be a morning manager. I have a feeling I may end up becoming one of the main closing managers. I'm not really happy about it. It's going to disrupt. It's going to push me and Didi's schedule apart even more than it already is, which is kind of a big part with the like increased depression and stuff on both of our ends. Linking our schedules has really helped, and that's gonna kind of be the opposite. She'll be going to sleep as I'm going to work. Coincidentally, my boss is actually stepping down from her position today. And we'll be going back into exactly what I'm training for. So we'll eventually get a new GM, general manager, like main manager for the store. Yep, or going to bed when you get up, I don't know. We've got to figure it out. This week is going to be hell. She gave me the option to either start this week or start next week, and I didn't want there to be any chance of changing minds or delaying, so I said, let's do it Monday. Let's start Monday. So Thursday's up in the air. Sunday, I think I'm opening with her. And if that's the case, then I'll be at work when I'm supposed to be streaming, and Sunday will need to be canceled. Once I have a more steady schedule, I'll be able to kind of plan things differently. What may have to happen, if it's possible, is to start streams either much earlier when I get off work, or to delay streams by 2 or more hours and stream later on Tuesday and Thursday mornings when I don't have to come in quite as early. But that just depends. I don't know. Well, that's the nice thing, is the training courses I had to take to get to this point. Anybody can take them. Even if you don't want to go towards management training, anybody can take these courses, and each one gives you a little bump in your pay. So I think I got through doing like 5 or 6 of them. And then once I'm actually trained and am a manager, then on those shifts I'll also get paid better. Some shifts I'll just be a regular insider though. We need more managers. Like, we have one that has some health trouble who currently is out for surgery or recovering from surgery. Everything's fine. Need to actually check in on her. Not been the best of friends doing not. And then we've got another one who's out on maternity leave because she just had a baby. Yeah, I've had this issue where I keep getting promised into a manager position and to be trained, and then it fall through. So it's nice actually having a place that is willing to do that. Oh, and my time is all messed up because we started late. It's actually time for another break. And I gotta use restroom, so perfect timing. So again, give me about 5 to 10. I'll be back and we'll talk more and do more mining. See you soon, everybody. And I'm back, everybody. Let me see what I missed in chat. Oh, thank you, Yummy. PRB. P and then right back. Is that what that is? Oh, thank you, baby. Yeah, it's been rough for both of us right now, a little more so for Didi. Yep. Yeah, that's a good point that a lot of people don't bring up, Cap, is if it was that easy from the get-go, you're not really putting in nearly as much effort into it, and this does feel like it's gonna have a better ending because of that, and partly. Yeah, exactly, Slip. Unless we win the lottery, things take a little bit longer. Yeah, we're trying not to, but that's not who we are either. We do tend to stress over things like that. I'm seceding. I'm seceding? I'm breaking away from Florida? Is that what that is? Hey, there's an example of the blocks emotes I was talking about. Anyways, I'm caught up with chat now, so I can go back to mining. Wow. Yeah, his are great. Hey, Slip, can you use the lurk one in here, or is that a follower only? Because I'm not subbed to him right now. I've not been able to afford subs anywhere currently. Nice! That is my favorite lurk emote out of any of them. Oh, yeah, they changed that. I forgot they changed that. I'm trying to. Some of them I don't really have a choice in. Others, like quitting smoking, has been incredibly difficult lately. Hope all's okay, Slip. Hope you're not, like, hope nothing's, like, going wrong that's causing that. Yeah. See, I'm horrible at catching up with y'all, I know that. I've known Slip for, what, 10 years now? Or close to it, if not. Nice. Smart. Smart. I've not been able to really do that. I know, Blocks is such a slave driver, isn't he? Wait, wrong pillar. No, but seriously, I've seen what you've done, dude. It's amazing. Oh, thanks, Cap. I try. I know sometimes I get so hyper-focused I don't chat a whole lot, but then streams like this let me really focus on chat. Yes, please do, Slip. Please do. Which actually I've been meaning to ask you, dude. Would it be... It seems like you could take a lot of that background structure used for like the randomization and placing the arena. Like that could be rewritten into another game potentially. Would that is that something that's like a reasonable possibility? I don't mean like within your current schedule. This isn't anything I like have planned to do. I was just curious on the functionality. Cool. Maybe I'll get back into game making some then. That's a whole nother aspect you guys haven't seen from me. Or most of you haven't. I don't know really on testing it necessarily, though. And I don't have any ideas on what to do. Which is the biggest issue all the time. Like, I literally have no idea. I was just thinking, like, that's a really cool system. That could probably be used for a lot more things. No, 24,000 blocks is really easy. Block says it all the time. You do /TP, your name, and then the coordinates. See, Slip, I don't have that. Yeah, I know I'm a smartass. Why are you going so far, Sabri? And I feel you, Slip. I've been somewhat inspired in the past like couple years to do music again, but I didn't really get any feedback on the little bit I did do, and I don't. Maybe I'm just being dumb about software, but what I had the easiest time creating in was GarageBand. The way that the instruments are and how you can rearrange. You don't actually have to play anything. You just have to place and rearrange notes. And wasn't based on loops. You could use loops, but you didn't really need to at all. Like, if I could have a software like that, then I think I would get back into creating music again. Which I did more kind of spacey, ambient stuff. Oh, jeez. That's a trip. Now, is this the survival world that you play in? Or did you just want to take the journey? That was a fail. That was a dud rocket. Ableton. Is Ableton that software? For PC? Downloaded the old server? Well, I mean, you could use commands then and just teleport yourself out there. Or if you've got a mini-map, most of them have a function to let you do it. I can teleport where I want to on this map, I just don't. The journey is kind of the part of, it just kind of goes along with survival. Not the way it's set up. Now, Slip, does that have, like, a bunch of different instruments? Because that was the thing about GarageBand, is it had a bunch of instruments, and that it had all sorts of instrument packs you could also purchase on top of it. That was something that I had on my, it was one of the paid software that I had on my Mac laptop back in the day. From, it was part of my school, it was part of the tuition, included buying this laptop. And then it had like Final Cut Pro and GarageBand and all the Adobe stuff and Vegas, I think also. Yeah, see, but that's going into like using loops more so instead of the like essentially creating sheet music without following like actual sheet music notation. Yeah. Yeah, Vegas is video editing. But that laptop, it ended up getting damaged and not usable, and I kept it around to get it repaired, and at some point it walked away. I do not have that laptop anymore. I don't know what happened to it. But see, this isn't MIDI that I'm talking about, though. GarageBand does it without MIDI. Yeah, the laptop just grew some legs and walked away, apparently. It could have potentially just been lost in the move when we had to move out of the mobile home. I don't know. There could potentially be maybe some stuff of mine still over at her place now. I don't know. But it hadn't been used in, I don't know, 8 years or so. Like, the software was really the only use for it. I've had a much better system since then. As far as, like, actual gaming and stuff. Yeah, that's what I would prefer too, Cap. I'm not saying she did it. We've had other stuff go that have just went missing before. Like, I also had a one of those giant 4 CDs on each side of the sheet, like CD case, like it held, I think, 400 CDs. I had one of those filled that just disappeared one day. Which really sucked, because most of it was burnt music. Before I had an external hard drive, I had a computer with 2 drives. One could read, one could write, and I could just copy anybody's CDs. So I'd have people bring over their CD cases, and I would just spend a couple hours burning CDs. Oh, okay. I want to do, I guess, note-based like a tracker. Like, I'm not wanting to, I want to be able to put in WAV files as needed. Oh yeah. I don't go stealing music and burning and stuff. Honestly, a lot of it was albums that I had that I burnt copies of for preservation's sakes. I had a lot of game soundtracks that was in there. A lot of just music that I had purchased or were gifts. So it's not like it was a whole 400 thing of burnt music, but that was one thing I did when I was younger, which really let me explore music I couldn't afford to buy it for the longest time. And I had lots of friends that listened to completely different kinds of music. Yeah, here too. Here too, you can make copies for yourself as well. If you have purchased it once, you can make copies for preservation's sakes. But it was a different time back then also. You didn't really have to worry about getting in trouble for downloading, and it was more of a gray area. The problem was uploading, because then you're distributing. I mean, that's all changed now, and it's best to avoid it entirely. But there was a golden age of it. You know, back in like the Napster and LimeWire days. God, I hate that part. I always think the stream's freezing. Yep, same thing with emulators. If you have a copy of the game, then you are legally allowed to have, and the console, you're legally allowed to have an emulator and ROM of those. Which is essential, because a lot of the old hardware-based games they had a lifespan. Or longer. Depending on your connection, it may take longer to download than it takes to listen. So even if you had some sort of listen while it downloads feature, you still had to keep pausing. Oh, that first 10 seconds was amazing. I'll come back in like a minute and check out more. Yeah, that was streaming. I forgot that's what we called it. Or what it was called. Oh yeah, because parts of it hadn't downloaded yet, so you'd end up getting some white noise in the mix. Because it may have only downloaded like some of the data for like, say, the 9th second. Well, I hope whoever ended up with it, I hope it didn't like just get thrown away or something. I hope somebody enjoyed it and got introduced to a lot of different genres of music. Because there's a little bit of everything in there. Oh yeah, exactly, Cap. A lot of us were the same way. Some of us still are. I've kind of walked away from a lot of that, though. Some of the emulators can just get really frustrating and just don't really have a desire of playing a lot of the old games anymore. A lot of them I kind of want to leave just as nostalgia. Oh, yeah, exactly, Slip. Or somebody will have just mislabeled something, and you're like, hey, this actually is pretty good too. Not what I was looking for, thank you, but, nice. Or you could just get, like, somebody would have, like, their entire collection uploaded on a certain genre or something. That's how I got a lot of my, like, EDM and techno and, like, happy hardcore and stuff like that. House and trance. Would just download these techno packs, is what most of them are called. And you'd get like 100, 200 songs or something like that in one. Got introduced to a lot of good music that way. Like, I probably wouldn't have known about happy hardcore otherwise. Which, for those not in the know, it is one of the faster paced, like, techno, EDM stuff. Maybe. There's a lot of it that I haven't been able to find again, and I don't quite remember. Because I've tried going through, like, Pirate Bay over the years to try to get some of that back, and just can't find it. and don't remember enough or anything about some of the stuff that it's not like I can look it up. Maybe we just need to get you another external hard drive and just copy everything to it. Ouch. Yeah, I've lost a couple over the years. I had an old Dell that should have still had stuff on it, but it died. I kept it around to see if I could maybe get it up and running and maybe something's on the hard drive still. But things have been left behind in moves or systems have died. One of the big ones that got me was I had one of the earlier MyBooks external hard drives, and I had that go out on me and lost like a whole collection of music. Oh, just the timing. Yep. Yep. Yeah, we got ads coming up in under a minute. Yeah, it's cool. Alright. See you soon, hon. I need to eat. I don't know what's going on this weekend, but it's been extra slow at work. It's been kind of nice. Like, we ended up having like 9 and 10 people in the store yesterday, just kind of standing around talking because not much was happening, which is horrible for labor. But it's not what our like statistics said, and that's not what we've been expecting lately. So something must have been going on that we just weren't aware of in town that had people elsewhere. Oh, lovely. I hate being on call. Give me a schedule, I will show up for my schedule. I don't like a lot of unexpected changes. That being said, though, if you need a certain day covered, let me know ahead of time. Like, give me that option, and I will probably say yes. I swear to God, if it was just the hardware acceleration that was actually causing all of these crashes, that is such an easy fix. And I feel a bit of a dumbass that I didn't try that sooner. Welcome back, baby. Right. I do prefer a more, I wouldn't say a strict structure, more of a firm structure, I guess. I like there being a little bit of wiggle room and stuff on both sides, not just for me. But one that's fair for everybody. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot what work that was. That's right, we've talked about that. Yeah, like, if I have time, once I have a vehicle, maybe I'll look into doing that as well if that, something like that's opened. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Things are typically so inconsistent, at least having a set schedule more so gives some structure to rely upon. We've got 2 rest stops that are fairly close. Kind of one on each side of town. I would half expect someone to cover probably both. And they're kind of of equal sizes. It's one of the main highways. It's I-10. So there's going to be a lot of travel on it. Alright, one last pillar. Aha, got it. Nailed it. Oh, wow. And it's not, if I remember right, it's not a paid by hour thing. It's just a small salary, basically. Nothing to scoff at, but it's not like a full-time hourly or hour-based salary or whatever. Or was the other place, was that one hourly since they required much more work? Oh, it's still a monthly amount. Okay. Well, yeah, but I'd hope it's a higher amount for that one at least. If not, ugh. No, send me to the place that's quieter. That's all the large pillars done. We can move on to the mediums. Thank you, thank you. Endstone. And while I'm here, got rockets. cover this up. Yeah, I remember it was contract work. Ta-da! Like it was never there. Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. If you lose that kind of stuff always goes up for bid, so you can actually lose that if another company wins it. It's gonna be weird for a bit once we finally get these mined out and they're just not in the way anymore. It's gonna feel so much more open. And then I'm gonna mess that up by placing a bunch of stuff all over the place. I mean, hey, as long as y'all are happy with it, with the pay, then, like, you're good, right? Don't have to go for the highest price thing, or highest prices on the bid. I know a lot of people, because my dad was in construction, so I'm used to, he's worked for a few material companies, and then he ran his own, ran a concrete company doing like foundations, getting everything ready, doing the concrete like supports, walls, floors, vaults, basements. It kind of developed over the years, but I was kind of familiar with the bidding process and stuff just from paying attention. And a lot of people aren't going to go for the most expensive. They're going to take the like cheapest and the most expensive and use those as a range for everything else. If you're able to charge a lower price, a much lower price, and not cut corners, you'd normally end up being like the, I don't know, around like the second or third cheapest one on the bid and be able to win it that way. But still provide a quality service and pay your people well. Oh, yeah, so good luck trying to take it from them. I gotcha. Does anybody else even bid on it? Or is it almost more of a formality at this point? Yeah. And it just gives you that little boost to your income. Really? Well, I'm not gonna get these mined out if I keep missing. So some people are trying and just not winning it. Maybe they purposely have more expensive companies bid on it just to give a reason to stay with y'all. go down one. Exactly, exactly. And if you aren't asking a ridiculous price and you're getting the job done well, then why go with something else and risk problems? Ah! I skidded over. I didn't hold shift. If I would have held shift, that would have been fine. There. I knew that chat's a little bit easier to read if you're watching on the screen. I guess I need to be a little more mindful of that. Oh, cool. I like to get there before it gets too crowded, I guess. Rock on. Now here's a question for y'all, something I've not really asked, I don't think, or maybe not in a long time. Is the gaming screen too cluttered? Is there just too much going on? Like, if it's an issue, let me know. I know there can be a little bit of a fight between the mini HUD up there, depending on what's showing, chat, and the subtitles. At least chat goes on top, so should be better for watching. Okay. I wish I could fix the issue we're having with mini HUD. Just with the enchantment from the turtle helmet, it will move up to where it's just like a pixel or two below the icon. But anytime I get a beacon effect, it's a 1 pixel taller. And it pushes it way down there, and I cannot figure out how to change it. Even when I change the position of like how much space there should be, it still jumps up that much. True. That's one of those things that I would like to do regularly, though, eventually. I mean, I guess what I could do is start positioning, covering things up completely. So, like, maybe you guys won't see the mini HUD or the mini map or something like that. I mean, there is that whole, like, nervousness and stuff in doing that. But what, once or twice I've shown my face on stream. So I'm not completely opposed to it. Well, I mean, my face is out there already at this point now. Really? I've got pictures in the Discord, and I think some have even been on Twitter before. Hey, some people are there to check out all the channels. They're there just to get alerts. Or to talk in general. I get it. Yeah. My system's not liking using a camera too. I've never like ironed out the stream settings with the camera involved, so maybe that needs to change or something. Yeah. Plus, you'd seen my face before that slip when we used to video chat. Didn't we all use Skype for a while there? Before, we switched to Discord? Like, back before Phasmo. Maybe not. Maybe not. I think we did it on Phasmo a few times, or around those times. Okay, so yeah, that would have been after Skype then. Never mind. I remember you would have yours on quite often. Thane would sometimes, Jamie would sometimes. I guess I would sometimes. I am. I don't always have it on though. And that's another thing, if I was to stream with my camera on more regularly, then I would have to then like consider my appearance for stream a little more so. Not like changing styles or anything, but gotta be a little more mindful, like is there a smudge on my shirt or ashes, or is my hair messed up? Like my favorite hat right now, it's getting to the point I can't wear it because of the time of the year. It's a leather driver's cap, a black leather driver's cap, and with our sun, it's way too hot to wear for most of the year. If you're gonna have to be outside or in a place that's not like cooled a lot. Yes, and it looks great on Didi. And Didi's not a hat person, although should maybe reconsider. Yeah. And that's like somewhat of an issue with that hat, is it's a little oversized for me. And I've not done anything to remedy that at all. So the wind can kind of pick it up. It's not an issue if I have like these headphones that I've got on now. Not that you can see them. But those would go over it and would keep it in place. Most of the time, just my sunglasses keep it in place for the most part, though it will kind of drop on, the front will kind of drop down some on me. But I've always really liked this style of hat. Used to really enjoy fedoras, but now they have got such a kind of a bad reputation. Yeah, I totally get that, Cap. I've felt that way in the past, and still sometimes do. People like Didi make me reconsider that. There is a part of me that's also a bit vain, so like I both am aware and feel the opposite. I don't know. I'm of mixed opinions, I suppose. Yeah. But then Didi does stuff like that. Ah! Try that again. Nope. That quick hop's just not working. We'll just do a proper landing. Now, I know, though, I do have a more expression. I'm very expressive with my face. But, like, I've got bad teeth. So that's something that's always really bothered me. Yeah, it's just expensive. I've priced it up. In 20 minutes. Well, we won't be going for too much longer. I don't think we're gonna hit 4 hours today. We got one more break coming up, and then I think I'll just do a, probably maybe like another 30 minutes or so. Dude, I need like a full plate and a partial. And there's a guy somewhat locally that I trust to do it, but it's just too expensive at this time. Which was unfortunate. I actually had an offer to get that taken care of. And that person just completely fell through on it. That, or maybe I didn't realize it, but it was a bluff, and I unknowingly called them on their bluff. Didn't even have a thump that time. Nice. Like, ideally what I would do is have them go ahead and take everything out on the top so they could do a full plate and have that done all at once. And then like my front teeth on the bottom are still good and the sides need to go. And then do a plate another time. Yeah, I've had bad teeth like my whole life, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. We're talking like 3,000 or 4,000. I have priced it. And things probably have gone up since then. Now that was without insurance covering it at all. So with insurance, it can be, a lot of it can be covered. But it's still a more expensive procedure that I would have to save up for to cover my side of it. He had her car? Ah, okay. Yeah, we got ads coming up in just a minute. So let me finish this pillar. This column, rather. Then I'm gonna go on the last break. Try to keep this one short, since I know we're not gonna be doing a full hour afterwards. But then we should be able to at least get the rest of this one done, so we'll at least have 2 pillars done today. I was hoping for 3. 2's still good, especially since one was the large ones. But give me about 5 minutes or so. We got ads starting up in just a few seconds. I'll be back and we can get going on and having a wonderful conversation. Thank you everybody for sticking around, and see you shortly. And I'm back, everybody. Try to make it a real quick one this time. Did I miss anything? I think I was so quick, maybe I didn't. I didn't. Cool. Okay, so we're not going to do a full hour, or hit a full 4 hours today. I do have work a little bit earlier compared to most Sunday afternoons. So I can't really be on for too much longer. But I want to get this last pillar of the day done with, and then if we got some time, I'd like to show off like a little bit of what I'm working with so you guys kind of know what you're getting into. Maybe I need to look into doing that again. Really, I should just get off of it, but until I do, then I'm trying to also maximize, like, the value. It's a good picture. Oh wait, this one needs to go still. That one will get covered, that's fine. Yeah, I got a really good one, or you got it, I can't remember. One of us got a really good picture of Didi in my hat. I think he is. Pretty sure he is, because I had him marked as a content creator. Well, you're definitely gonna get the content creator. To my knowledge, Slipstill hasn't been doing anything recently on content, but actually has a few different channels. Life kind of happened and things got busy and attention was needed elsewhere. But maybe once things calm down, we'll get more content coming from you. Music and I don't know if you would do any gaming stuff anymore. But yeah, if you're in the Discord and you're a content creator, let me know. I kind of like giving a little space for all of y'all. I did get rid of the self-promo quite a while back. That was just kind of getting spammed by a few couple people daily, and it was just getting too much, especially when those people were only there to spam it. But you know, if you got like a special project or something coming up, and we have a heads up, we will happily help promote. Really? That's cool. Oh, I know you wouldn't. I'm not concerned about you, but it just became so much of a hassle that we just did away with it. Like, there was 3 or 4 people that would come in, and that's all they did was just spam the self-promo every day, sometimes multiple times a day. And there's some of our friends' Discords that weren't really used that much from the get-go. Like, theirs is nothing but these people, or one particular person. All it is their things. Like, nobody is there to look, really, and they're still spamming it every day. Well, welcome in. Oh, I don't have your sound clip. I can't have you greet yourself. Slip is also the voice of several sound alerts on Blox' stream. Nice. Thank you, baby. You know, it was mainly there for streamers. That way, like, people could more easily see if somebody's live. But I've went ahead and just combined it with a separate one for other content creators. Because we had some people that did YouTube and whatnot, and just kind of felt it was better just to have one group for everybody. %50 of them are you. Well, stay awesome. Yeah, I've not done any, like, recorded stuff, really. I've, like, grabbed different sounds from other games. I've not actually used them yet, but I actually have, like, 10 or so. Thanks, Cap. Got, like, 10 to 15 sounds planned out that are actually going to be coming from a bunch of different games. But I keep second-guessing using them. Like, there's several from Unreal Tournament. But like giving each type of alert a different sound, raids, different types of subs, skip subs, multi-subs, resub, all of that, those different ones, followers. I had one for hosts, when that was still a thing. At least that frees up that sound to be used for other things, I guess. Which is good, because that would make a good follower one. What's the alert one again? It's been a while since you've had to use it. Yeah. I was thinking about replacing that one with the Metal Gear Solid alert. Hey, it's been a while since you had to use it. But kind of like grabbing from games that I've enjoyed in the past and growing up and stuff and bringing those sound alerts in as part of our normal stream structure, I guess. I don't know. I guess it's better than just using the default one from Stream Elements, so anything's an improvement pretty much. But it's kind of off-brand, in a sense. I mean, the brand is me. I mean, I'm the streamer, so it is me. I'm not trying to, like, create a persona here. So in that sense, it's good, but it's also not Minecraft. I think what I'll have to do is just go ahead and get it set up to go, and we can try it out and see. Yeah, one of the first games I played was Link's Awakening for the Game Boy. It definitely wasn't the first. I'd already played Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt, and I think that was before I got into Mortal Kombat. I think around that time I also got to play the PS1, the PlayStation. Not the PS1, the PlayStation. Yeah, that's another one. Man, that game was hard at the time. Yeah, true. Overthinking and going overboard. I've enjoyed a lot of them. Link's Awakening was my first, but I somewhat enjoyed the first Zelda. I found it really difficult at the time, and I've never gone back and tried and like play through it all the way. The one that you played through it twice, basically. You played through it once, and then you went into like the evil version or whatever. Absolutely loved Zelda 64, Twilight Princess. Wasn't so much on Majora's Mask or Wind Waker. Wind Waker is one of the... It's the cell shading I just never really got into. Nice. I didn't have a lot of issues with the puzzles in that one. It was just the combat. Which is why I really liked it when they went into a 3D. Puzzles to some extent became more complex than platforming did. And the combat became so much better. It's my love for Zelda 64 is why I enjoy the Souls series so much. I've never had a chance to play Bloodborne, and I've yet to purchase or acquire Elden Ring. And I missed. Oh, I didn't think I was gonna make it. Yeah. Ocarina of Time really is the best. Twilight Princess was like the true sequel to it. It had the same feel. And I know everyone talks about Breath of the Wild, I just don't have access to any of that. Like, my roommate has a Switch, but I'd have to get the game and then dedicate all those hours to it. It's not a short play at all. Aha. Yeah. Luckily there was game guides. Or, oh, back in the day when you could, there would be a tip hotline you could call. Or even cheat code hotlines. Or you could get, like, the cheat code books or paperback walkthroughs and stuff. Like, back before game FAQs was the thing. And now it's... I guess it's still used. Maybe not quite as much. I don't know. I guess it really would be for more console-based games, but now games tend to have a wiki. Yeah, exactly. Web forums with that stuff still exist, and, well, eventually existed. Then eventually game FAQs became, like, the go-to place. And everybody just a lot of the forums kind of died out. Unless it had, like, a more solid community connected to it. Nope. Aha. Thank you, Slip. Unfortunately, it spends most of its time tied up. It's gotten long enough I have to use 2 hair ties for it. But, we don't have to wear hair nets at work. They don't worry about that. I just need to make sure that it's not, like, getting in the food. So hair ties work. Oh, I know what you were laughing at, Cap. I know. Okay, we need more. More! Thank you, baby. So toxic. So toxic. Ta-da! So let's see. Let's get up here. I've been kind of taking all the screenshots. Actually, I think a lot of them have been with the red showing. Yeah. We'll take one there. And this actually was lined up nicely. There we go. Yeah, we got a bit still. We got a bit still. So that kind of is it for what I want to do here today. Go ahead and get the Obsidian put up. Almost 3 double chests already. And I've taken others with me because we've done 2 stacks of ender chests because I accidentally, 1 stack got burnt up in lava. That wasn't fun. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I know I did. I think that's going to do it for Minecraft. Stick around. We got time. I want to show off a little bit of what I've been working on with pixel art. But we're just going to head over to the talking screen for now. So yeah, we got 5 more pillars to go. 2 mediums, 3 larges, or 2 mediums and 3 smalls. And we've done pretty well with no crashes at all today, so I think I may have found the solution for most of the crashes. Again, things are going to be wonky. I'm moving up in to a management position at work. This week I'm going to be closing a lot. I'm going to have to change the schedule or take Tuesday off according to the schedule, but I won't be able to stream Tuesday. Thursday, it depends if I have to work that day or not. If my boss gets someone to cover for her, then I'm not working that day either, because I'd only be working that day to shadow her. So Thursday's up in the air, Tuesday's out of the question, and if I have to open Sunday, then Sunday will be out of the question. So I'll try to keep everybody updated on changes to schedule. This is going to take, I don't know, 1 to 4 weeks of training. I would say 2 to 4 weeks of training before I can just run a shift. So it's going to be a little chaotic. Eventually things will calm down and I'll have more of a set schedule. At that point, we will potentially rearrange stream times. Sorry, I realized I can just go ahead and just hit snooze all 3 times. It'll take an hour until I can snooze again, but this will just keep ads from coming, from showing up here at the end. But yeah, I'll let you guys know how things go, and we may have to change times. I think at this point, we'd be more leaning towards pushing stream back, so we'd be starting later, which may actually be more convenient for many of you. When I went silent. I don't know, I'm kind of spacing out now. oh yeah, with snoozing. Yeah, I had to wait a moment to be able to use it again, and then wait a moment to let it use it again. Hey, we're not raiding out yet. But yeah, go ahead and grab the raid messages. You can go ahead and grab the raid messages now. If you're sub, grab the one with the hearts. Your hand hurts? Oh, okay. Fair enough. Go ahead and grab the one you want. We're not going to be heading out quite yet, though. I've spent maybe like 10 hours so far. This is my first time doing pixel animation. It's still kind of rudimentary. so you'll have to excuse it. But I got this. This is what I was talking about earlier with having the different parts, different colors. And this is just focusing on just getting a basic shape and refining it. It's still got a lot of work to do on the animation, on getting the right shapes done. But it's like working on this and perfecting this and working on the actual textures. Trying to come up with basically me. I don't have any of those. I thought I had a lot of those saved, but I think most of those were screen captures. Crap. Well, I'll have to maybe show some later, because I'll be able to open up the program. I don't have it set up to actually have on stream right now. But yeah, this was like in total, I think, 8 to 10 hours of work, split up between a couple mornings and nights. This is made in A-Sprite. If you're interested in doing pixel work yourself, let me know. I can get you the links to get you started and everything, and some good tutorials if you haven't found your own to follow. And then another thing, besides coming up with the animation and the actual like texture, what the character is going to look like. I'll leave that there for now. Where would that be at? Should be here. This is with a few slight changes, very minor, and then just getting it colored in. But I've got this is the other aspect, is combining the motion with what the character looks like and keeping that in place with motion, or while the motion's going. So how everything like bends, like here, the arms are bent and they're kind of coming more across the body instead of straight out, but getting that to show up in a texture more so. It's going to be a lot of work, but eventually I hope to have a really nice looking 5-minute intro that's going to be based on this and the Minecraft world. So this is kind of stuff you can kind of expect to see in the art streams, as well as just standard pixel art for creating the different places and refining the character to be placed into the scene. So no idea when the first one will be, but I'll let everybody know. Again, things are kind of chaotic, so please keep an eye on Twitter and on Discord. I try to post alerts to both on any changes to stream or how things are going to develop. But go ahead and get rid of these. I also still need to actually make a proper scene for this. So I'm going to have to make something up kind of quick and go. Probably just take this talking screen and work from there. That's what a lot of it will be, I feel. But I think that kind of is it for today. Sorry I'm going to be kind of gone a bunch and missing streams with everything changing, but I know y'all understand. This is just another step towards getting me and Didi into the same place and getting our own place. And that was not Twitch I opened, that was Twitter. That's not going to help me at all. Yes, IRL is important, and getting Didi to me is the most important. I know where we'll go. We don't head over there that often. but am I spelling that right? Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. We'll go say hi to Cheetah. We have not been over his way in quite some time. He is currently doing Skyvolts, I believe. Yeah, Skyvolts 118. So we'll go show some support to a good friend of ours. I will see you guys when I can. Hopefully we'll be around on Thursday. If not, or even in addition to, if I've got a time available, I may just do an impromptu stream. So just pay attention to Discord and Twitter. The links were already posted. Love y'all. I will see you next time. Until then, this is Viper signing out. Enjoy your week, everybody.